What's up, squad? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Dylan, also known as Seek. Today we're doing an updated search and destroy classes and settings video. Now, I only made one of these videos about a month and a half ago, but I asked around and you guys were telling me that you guys really want me to do another one anyways. You just want one like at least each month or whatever. So if you guys want me to just update this every month or something like that, I can do that if you would like. But I thought I'd go ahead and do the updated video since I did get quite a few of you requesting it after the new update released. So I thought we'd go ahead and do it. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, let me know by leaving a like on it. If you are new to the channel as well, be sure to subscribe and join the Seek squad. For any of my competitive squad out there, these are not comp classes. You could use these as a base for your competitive classes, but these are not competitive classes. These are 100% made for core/hardcore search and destroy. These are pub classes. Just want to make sure that's thrown out there. But anyways, though, let's go ahead and hop right into it. Alright, squad, starting things off with my SMG classes. These are my rush classes. I have one with Ghost and I have one without Ghost. Now, my rush classes consist of EOD, restock, and tune-up for my base one, and then I run a frag and either a smoke or a stun. I change the smoke and stun depending on the route I plan on running or the map I'm playing on. Typically, I usually start out with the smoke on a lot of the maps. A lot of my routes have now kind of turned into smoke routes, and more smoke routes than stun routes. But I usually run stuns and then stuns and smokes and go back and forth depending on the route I plan on running. And then secondary, we have a knife. Now, this is the biggest change since the last class video. I mentioned it in one of my previous videos not too long ago, but if you guys did not know, we talked about in the last class video that Exclusive Ace made a video saying that the knife was faster, or knife wasn't as fast as the M19 pistols. And that is true. The M19 pistols were fast at the time, but I was kind of suspicious along with a few friends of mine, one of which being Ryan or Handler, as you guys I'm sure know him, and he figured out that yes, in one of the patches it did get changed back. The knife is faster. So if you guys are running pistol secondaries, go back to your knife. The knife is the fastest way to run your routes in Modern Warfare. No longer the pistols. I'm sad because I really enjoyed sprinting around with the Kimbo Golden M19s. It was a lot of fun, but the knife is now the fastest way to run, so we're back to the knife. MP5 setup, if we're talking rush class, the best possible weapon for you to rush with in Search and Destroy is the MP5. Like, bottom line, it's the MP5, unless it's like the 725, but I don't run the 725. You guys know that. I try to never be that guy, so there's not a single class on here that has a 725. I just feel like a jerk using it, so I just don't use it, period. I just don't run the gun. But attachments on my MP5, I run Mono Suppress, Merc foregrip, 10mm rounds, stipple grip, and the F-Tap collapsible stock. Now, a lot of people tell me to not run Mono Suppress and run Sleight of Hand instead. Sleight of Hand's really good to run. It's fun to run too, but I just kind of prefer Mono Suppress. If we're talking pub matches, Mono Suppressor is really good, so it's just kind of worth running that over Sleight of Hand, even though the MP5 kind of has a slow reload for only 30 rounds. It's all right. I make use of it, and it doesn't really bother me that much. But moving on, that is my main rush setup. Second rush setup has a different gun on it, which I did just because I wanted to showcase you guys this gun that I think is the most underrated in the game. If you guys do not use the Uzi, you are missing out. So the actual class and everything is the exact same as the previous one. This one just has Ghost on it. This is my SMG class that I just leave Ghost on, so I don't have to like go in the editor mid-round and change it. I just have Ghost and have a regular class, and I just go back and forth from them. But my Uzi setup, which if you guys have not run the Uzi, give it a go. Trust me, it'll change your life. I run the Monolith Expressor, the FFS Carbine Pro Barrel, the AE rounds. Those are both the new attachments, by the way. Those are both two attachments that got added in not too long ago. We run stipple grip and no stuck on the Uzi. I've been using this gun a lot. You guys have seen it in a lot of videos. A lot of questions. What setup is it? This is the setup I run on the Uzi. Give it a go if you haven't. You're missing out if you haven't tried this gun. It's a lot of fun to use. But moving on, those are my two rush setups. I just go back from restock and Ghost because playing solo and duo search and destroy a lot, you tend to have a lot of bad teammates who give the enemy team UAVs, forcing you to then run Ghost. When I play solo search in general, I don't even run restock. I just run Ghost 24/7. When I play duo, I'll run restock because sometimes we can get away without our team giving them a UAV. Alright, moving on to my super sweaty class. This is the class that I run when I late join in and I'm losing, or if I'm solo against a 6-man party or something. This is the class that I try to avoid using, but I use if I must. This is the I need to win class. which is why we have an M4 on it, of course, the best gun in the game, the best rifle, the gun that does everything, the M4. Attachment combo, we rock the M16 Grenadier Barrel, Merc foregrip, stipple grip, mini reflex, and no stock. I love running a sight on my M4. I hate the iron sights. I hate not running a sight on it. If I'm gonna play long range with the gun, I just like having a sight. I know a lot of people can not get away without running the sight on the M4, and if you can, props to you. Me personally, though, I love running a sight on the M4. I love running a sight on it. Moving on to my secondary, we run a knife, but sometimes, depending on the map, typically Piccadilly, we run a Joker instead of the knife, because sometimes the Joker is very helpful for getting spawn shots, and if I just don't really have room to push up at all, I usually do the Joker, and then I'll try to just work my way slowly. But for the most part, we just run a knife on this setup, but we do switch to Joker occasionally. Perk setup, we run EOD, Ghost, and Battle Hardened. Like I said, this is the I late join in or I'm getting my ass kicked class, in which case I'm good. They're already going to have UAV at that point, run Ghost. I'm going to want EOD and Battle Hardened because I'm probably going to be head glitching and playing it a lot slower, so they're going to be throwing equipment at me. So we've got both those perks on, then we've got a frag grenade, and then we've got a smoke on. I typically run a smoke because 9 times out of 10, I end up using this class on either Shoot House, Piccadilly, or Arklov. I don't know why. Those maps just tend to be... Oh, and Petrograd. Those maps just tend to be the play slow, and I have to just like head glitch and play OBJ to win maps, and smokes work out really well on those maps. So I usually just have a smoke on this class, and then I'll switch to a stun if it ends up being a map where a stun will be better off for it. But for the most part, smokes are kind of the way to go with this setup, just based on my experience with the maps I get forced to use this class on. Okay, one class I'd like to mention is like an honorable mention. This is another rifle class I like to run, the Growl. If the M4 gets nerfed, like even a little bit, it won't. But if it does, the Growl is then probably... the Growl will take lead, in my opinion, for the new meta, the new best rifle. The Growl is broken. It is the best gun in Warzone. And it will be the best gun in multi if the M4 gets nerfed. I'm pretty confident on that. But... secondary, we run a knife, EOD, restock, tune-up, frag, and smoke. This is just kind of a rifle class. This is just kind of a, I want to run a rifle. The Growl's a really fun weapon and one really good as well. I'd like to play a little more aggressive with it so I don't have a sight on this class. If I do end up wanting a sight, which I kind of go back and forth with this setup, then I'll take off the 50-round mag and throw a sight on. But for the most part, I like to run 50-round mag, the Nexus barrel, Commando 4-grip, XRK Void 2-grip, and no stock. So I can kind of play like, this is like an aggressive mid-range rifle class. It's kind of like a, you can play fast, you can play mid-range, you can play really close range if you want to. It's just kind of a more aggressive rifle setup than the M4 setup, which is a sit back, I need to win and just play OBJ class. This is a, I want to run rifle, I want to play a little aggressive with it. I'm going to push around, see what I can do. This is what this class setup is. It's very mid-range. I like running the 50-round mag because I feel like I just go through ammo so quickly with the Growl. Like, I feel like I almost want to run Scavenger when I have a 30-round mag on because I run out of ammo during an SnD round, which just shows that this gun does not have that much ammo, at least with the way I use it. I don't know. Maybe I'm using it wrong. But 50-round mag is typically what I like to run. If I don't run that, then I usually run a mini reflex on it. But for the most part, I just prefer running a 50-round mag because I just feel like I run out of ammo really quickly with this gun. But the Growl is fantastic if you guys don't use it very often. It is a great replacement. If you feel like a jerk using the M4 and you want something that is damn near as good and also fun to use the Growl. Growl's a great one to run. But yeah, EOD, restock, tune-up, frag grenade, and then smoke or stun depending on the map once again. Alright, my final class to show you guys is my sniper setup. I get asked all the time, what is the best sniper to run in Search and Destroy? The HDR. HDR is the best one to run. For marksman rifles wise, the KARNAGE is a very good gun. The KARNAGE is borderline broken because of the ADS speed, but it doesn't have the damage. Like if we're talking a sniper, the HDR is the way to go. The AX50 is also a very good option because you can't have a faster ADS speed with the AX50, but the AX50 doesn't have the damage range of the HDR. AX50 gets a little bit more hit markers, whereas the HDR with the ADS speed attachments boosts it to just about as fast as you can boost the AX50's ADS speed, and it's got higher damage range, with making it just worth it. Setup on this, I run bipod, tac laser, scout stock, and focus. I occasionally will throw a thermal on, and then I'll run smoke. Sometimes I'll do thermal. For the most part, though, I try to avoid thermal because I feel kind of cheesy when I use it. but thermal is really good. But I tend to just kind of just run and gun with the sniper. You guys know I really like sniping in this game. One of my favorite things to do in Search and Destroy. But I like to just kind of maneuver around the map like I have a rifle with the sniper and pick people off and just try to just take map control with the sniper is kind of what I like to do. But tac laser, scout stock, focus, and bipod is the setup I run on the HDR. No 5th attachment. Like I said, sometimes it does end up being thermal, and that's our 5th. But I don't run a 5th attachment. I have heard that the 7-round mag doesn't affect the ADS-B, but I haven't really tried it yet, and I don't really feel like I need that much more ammo with the gun, so I don't really mind not running it. Barrel-wise, you don't need a barrel with the HDR. You just don't unless you're in Warzone. So 4 attachments just kind of ends up being what it is. Secondary-wise, I like to use the Replica, aka the Renetti. But I don't use the, I don't use the snake shots. I stopped using the snake shots, 1, because they're OP, and 2, because they're about to get a nerf. And when they get nerfed, I'm assuming they're not going to be very good, so I haven't been running them anymore. My go-to is the Renetti secondary with the burst on it. I got the compensator, Mark III burst mod, 27-round mag, speed grip, and the status CSX stock on it. Setting it up for this thing to be like a damn near rifle. This gun is really it's way too good. The Renetti is way too good. Might get a nerf too for all I know. But secondaries wise, it's either the Renetti or the snake shot. I stopped running the snake shot because of the rumors that the snake shot's going to get nerfed. So I started running the Renettis, which are also really fun to use. Akimbo's good on the Renetti too, but on a sniper class, I kind of prefer just running a single, just because in case I'm out of ammo with the sniper and I do get stuck in a long range gunfight, which I kind of tend to do. I have a bad habit of not reloading my sniper till I absolutely need to. So having the Renetti, just being able to just beam somebody across the map if I need to, is really helpful. Perks wise, we run EOD restock tune-up on this class. If I have to switch to Ghost, I usually just switch classes. I don't try to swap at the sniper. The sniper is more just like I use it because it's enjoyable to use and it's fun to use and it's good to use if you can aim and hit your shots. So I don't usually run Ghost with this class. I don't usually get to the point where I need to. If I get to the point where the enemy team has UAVs and stuff, I usually just switch guns. But then we're gonna tune up and EOD because I don't need double time. I'm not gonna be rushing. EOD is perfectly fine. Then I'm going to frag and a stun. When I run thermal, I'll run smoke instead, obviously, so I can see through the smoke and pick people off. But for the most part, I usually do stuns because I like to run a gun with the sniper, so I'll stun people and then I'll quick scope them. But other than that, that is pretty much my classes. Those are the ones I've been running the most lately. Like I said, Growl's really good, gonna try if you haven't, and Uzi's great to run as well. You guys know me. I try to avoid using the meta guns as much as I possibly can, but I do end up using them because solo and duo Search and Destroy tends to be very sweaty with skill-based matchmaking, so I have to end up running them. But I do try to play around with different stuff as much as I possibly can. Moving on to kill streaks, the setup I've been running a lot lately. I run UAV, Beetle, and then I will run the support helo. Support helo is a lot of fun. Been running that recently. But the go-to classic 3-5-8 setup is UAV, cruise missile, or precision airstrike, both solid, and then the Beetle. But if you're confident in getting higher streaks, the chopper gunner, the phosphorus, the freaking helo, gunship, all fun to use in search. The juggernaut isn't very good in search. It's really not. It's not that good. You move too slow, takes too long to call it in, but it is kind of fun to say you got one, to get one just to say you got one if you want to play around with that. But not as far as a helpful kill streak goes, Juggernaut's pretty useless. It doesn't do much for you. By the time you call it in, half the time, only 2 or 3 enemies are left because it takes so long to get the Juggernaut called in by the time you get it. But yeah, field upgrades, dead silence, obviously, gotta run that. Moving on to settings, I use a SCUF controller. For those of you who don't know, I use a SCUF impact controller. Everything is default, no trigger stops or anything like that. I have 2 paddles on the back of it. The left paddle is my X and the right paddle is my circle. And then I play it with a tactical button layout. I also run a sensitivity of 8.8 is what I currently have been running. As far as ADS sensitivity goes and curve response and everything like that, I haven't really touched them in this game. I've said this in the last video, but in BO4, I would switch my ADS sensitivity depending on the gun I was going to use. In this game, I just kind of like the way it feels completely default, completely stock, and I've been fine with it. I haven't wanted to change it. I tried playing around with it when it first came out, and I just didn't like it more than I liked just the regular 1-1 ADS sensitivity with the standard response curve. I'm pretty basic with it. I also run vibration on my controller. If you run vibration, leave me a comment down below and letting me know, because the vibration squad, we live out here. I love running vibration on my controller. I can't do it without it. I've just always ran it, so I can't take it off. I don't know. It's just one of those personal preference things. But yeah, aim assist standard. Everything is completely standard. As far as general settings go, the only thing that like is really helpful for you guys is make sure you have motion blur disabled. If you run motion blur in this game, just like you're probably dying because of it. Like just take off motion blur. It is ridiculous. Audio settings why I run boost high, master volume is 100, music volume is just as low as I possibly can, then everything else is just 100. Haven't really changed it much besides just making sure you run boost high. A lot of people prefer boost low because boost low is just a little easier on the ears, but if you want to hear everything, boost high is the way to go, and it is very loud. Boost low is also a good option, but boost high is, you will hear everything. Like, bottom line, you will hear everything, and that's what I want to do as an SnD player. I want to hear everything, so I run boost high. Alright, squad, that is it for the video. If you guys have any questions as of like a gun I didn't go over, you want to know attachments for, or any questions on why I run certain things or whatever, feel free to leave me a comment down below. I'll answer as many as I possibly can. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for staying to the end if you did. Let me know by leaving a like. If you are new to the channel as well, do me a favor and subscribe and join the 6 Squad. We're about to hit 35,000 subscribers, so I really appreciate the support lately. Thank you guys very much. I will catch you guys in the next video, though. Seek and destroy. It's been Seeker.